Hello everyone, this is Sister Lisa coming to you from Hazelwood, USA. That's what I call my Sunday devotional and what I call my theme park. Now the other day, the kids and I really just got out some watercolors, and this is just that vanilla paper. Well, they picked out some colors they wanted for their pages and stuff, and so I just used what they already had mixed, and I just, of course we know that the sky would be blue and different areas of trees and different buildings. But what do you see the most? You see the cross. And that's what our whole life is about. Pointing others to the cross of Jesus. And so my grandkids are like, that is amazing. The thing is, it's just an illusion. There's nothing definite there except that was intentional. A little bit of sky, a little bit of this and that. If you can tell, it's just the general illusions. But I would like to have a theme park someday. I would love to. Like a Dollywood, Hollywood, not Hollywood, but Disney World, Creation Museum, something. I would love if we could have one. But we have pretty much online. Just think about pointing others to the cross. That's what I hope my devotionals do. I hope my devotionals point others to the cross. But you can't see it from here, but my husband, years ago when he was youth leader, we did a mock radio station, and he named it WGOD, and it's called Rush in the King, because at that time there was Rush Limbaugh and Rush Limbaugh and Larry King Live, Larry King. So he said, Rush in the King, Jesus is King of all kings. But we have that tentative, we have that idea for a radio station. But I have a podcast. Monday through Friday, I have a podcast called The EEL, the EEL, Edwina Elder Library. And in it, I do book reviews, and I do it on Anchor, but I understand it's on any podcast place can get it. I don't have it monetized. I understand I could, but I have not. I just do it as a book review, and I also, just like I am right now, just talk. I do this devotional every Sunday. Hazelwood USA, usually around 1 o'clock. I'm going to go live on my Facebook and on my husband's Facebook around 1. I have something else I didn't want to do this part on the live, but I thought I can share it later if I want to, or be on my YouTube channel. Prayer on Thursdays, 7 a.m. Central Time, from your abode around the globe. Join in with me. We have a group on Facebook. Health. I haven't been doing very good with this, but it's called Tune Up to Tone Up with Tuna, Salmon, and Eggs. That's the name of my group. But as you can tell, tuna, salmon, eggs, nuts, berries, seeds, fruits, vegetables, water, healthy foods. That's the whole key to eating right. And my main proteins was the tuna, salmon, and eggs. And I was thinking nuts and seeds might be classified as a protein as well. Photography. I'm always taking pictures, and I like to share other people's pictures. I have a group called Room with a View, and it's pretty much, I usually just share really, really beautiful pictures that other people have posted, but every once in a while I'll share something that I've taken picture. But I also have another photography page called Taste and See, and then that is what you taste and what you see. It's recipes and photography. Cooking. That's what I just talked about, the recipes, cooking. Humor. Word weavers. I used to be part of a group here in Henderson, a Christian writers group that they met at the library. It's called Word Weavers. Well, I was the secretary of that, and while I was the secretary, I started a web page. Well, I'm no longer a part of that. I don't get to go to that on Saturdays anymore, but I still have my web page. They started their own. They started another page, Word Weavers of West Tennessee, I think is what they call theirs. But on Word Weavers, I post a lot of really good sayings, and a lot of it is funny. A lot of humor on that page. Articles and things that I write and other people write, like to share. If somebody has a really good thought, I'll share it to my Ordered Steps devotional page. Is that a group? Some of these are groups, some of these are pages, but they're all on Facebook. I'll tell you if they're not on Facebook. Well, I'm getting ready to tell you one that's not. Patreon. I have a Patreon page. I don't have any. I did have one person that was connected, but I knew her. She lived locally, and so they started charging more, taking more out for them. So she just stopped doing that, and she just, from time to time, she'd just give me a little love offering or something. But I like to post stuff about the Bridge Publishing House. That's something that my husband and I had talked about starting with our new shed that we got. Of course, it doesn't have to be out there, but it looks kind of like a bridge. It's actually a lofted barn, 12 by 36. Is that right? 12 by 32. Anyway, and it has, but he wanted garage doors at both ends. And so when you open them both up, it really does look like a bridge. And it's red like a barn. And so it's kind of a 2-for-1. And he prayed over it. He said, Lord, use this Lisa's labor of love. Use it for your intended use. And we had thought it was going to be his wood shop. And, of course, the storeless lawnmower and just for other things, eating, our family eating out there at one end of it. Just, letting the kids play and different things. But maybe it is going to be a publishing house. I don't know. Recording studio. I don't know how to set all that stuff up. But anyway, I do have the Patreon page that I talk about different things from time to time. Okay, now back to you, Facebook. We have the Lisa Peter Arts and Entertainment page, and I usually share stuff about art. Maybe sometimes music stuff on there. Miscellaneous arts and crafts, rags to riches. That's like a lot of quilts, embroidery, fun stuff. Making things out of unusual things. Like rags to riches. Music, I have a Star Song Studios page. The New Dimension, that's my family. The New Dimension family band, that our page, and that we just made one family CD. Church, I have a church page called Church 24/7. And I like to share, when I see a service is live, I'll share it to that page. Or if somebody has, somebody got baptized, and great church reports, I post it to that page. Church 24/7. And with Facebook and YouTube and other internet sites, we can have church 24/7. There's not, God is no respecter of persons, and he transcends all time. So I do have that group. HazelwoodUSA is the one that talked a little bit about our family ministry. And I got the every day I write a little story called Melody, about Melody. This girl named Melody. She's me, but she's more than just, she doesn't have an age. She's not married. In the storybook, what my husband did, he's my friend. What my children do, my grandkids, my friends and their children, that kind of thing. Because I don't necessarily have the character of Melody blocked in at a certain age and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of like just a kind of a vague woman that was used for God, and she'd like to do a lot of things I like to do, and she's kind of funny. She does some funny stuff, as does all of us. But I think it's going to be a good book when I get it put out. I don't know if I'm going to do it as a devotional or write it as a Christian novel. And I may have to tie some loose ends. We may have to put this on there and have, like, Melody make her a house, maybe over here. That looks kind of like a house. And then have, I don't know. I really don't know. I have some ideas. I haven't gone through with that. But I also have the Edwin Elder Library page. I told you I have the podcast on Anchor, but I also have on Facebook, I have the Edwin Elder Library page. And I post things about libraries and books. If we get new books, I sometimes post them on there. If somebody advertises that they got a book out, I might share it to that page. So that's what that is. Children's ministry. I have a Mark and Sandy Puppets page, which of course is our puppets. But I also will share things that, like children's revivals from other places, I'll share it on there. Sometimes my grandkids singing, things like that. Children's nature, I'll share it to that Mark and Sandy Puppets page. What Two Those Children's Mansions doing? A lot of times I'll share their stuff to there. what my friends in Fort Wayne, they have the Karen ministry. A lot of times I'll share that there, even though it's not necessarily children's ministry. A lot of times they do have their children do things in that, but also just kind of share things on that side as well. Or sometimes I'll share that Karen Burmese page to the Church 24/7. Deaf ministry. All my life I have been fascinated with deaf ministry and learning sign language. I started when I was young, and I interpreted at General Conference for the United Pentecostal Church when I was 13 years old. So I really, I see some girls now that's young that's starting to do that, sign a lot, and I think, I remember back when I was like that. That's when you get it in you, because it will stay with you throughout your life. I can still do sign language today. Some of the signs might change over the times, and they might think, what is she signing? Because I'm probably still what they call old school. But anyway, use your sign language for the Lord. And that's my deaf page. It's called My Deaf Friends in ASL. Years ago, I had an idea for fashion design for my daughters to do, and it's called Pentecostal fashion design. They were teenagers then, so it's kind of like a play on the word Pentecost, Pentecostal fashion and design. And so we have a page and a group on that, and usually to the page I like to sing little girls fashion, more for like the younger girls. And then for the older girls, I'll share, there's Beautifully Modest, there's the King's Daughter Boutique, Dainty Jewels. There's some established boutiques. I'll share to that page, and then of course if the Lord ever helps us to get going on this, that will be our page as well. Our group as well. Is that all of it? Family. Oh, I'm a family historian for our family, for my mom's side of the family, and so we do have a Chilton Family newsletter reunion. Chilton Family Reunion newsletter page, and that's just one. That's a lot. So see, I had already got my theme park, and then we have our YouTube channel, Mark and Lisa Peter, Hazelwood USA. And then we also, I had some others that I started over the years. I think there's a Lisa Peter page, a Hazelwood USA, a different one. And then I think there's one that is Star of Song Studios. So I think I have, but they don't I hardly have any subscribers. The most one I have subscriber is the one that I'm wanting you all to sign to, is the Mark and Lisa Peter, Hazelwood USA. So even though my husband's passed away, our ministry is still much alive. He's got preaching. He's got preaching on there. He's got singing, lots and lots of singing on our YouTube channel. And so, anyway, that's a little bit of some things that we do. So, and there's so much more I could do. See that Search for Truth behind me? I'll be glad to teach you Search for Truth Bible study if I could talk. And see these over here? Every day I write something I'm thankful for. Put it up there on my doors. Behind me, my husband made me this wood-burning backdrop. It says Woman in the Word, but it's backwards to you. But wood-burning. He had a Would You Believe wood shop, magnificent lawn care, M&L trash service. I have Star of Song Studios. I teach music lessons in my home, and I also go one day a week out to a church in Finger and teach lessons. So anyway, that's just a little bit about us, and really, seriously, it's not about us. It's about Him. It's about Him. So anyway, that's what I wanted to share with you. Thank you. Bye-bye.